Hi. Sorry if you can barely hear me, and also sorry if you hear a high-pitched squeaking noise because I have a mouse squeaker in my garage, and it's actually really annoying. I actually have to turn it off whenever I'm in here, and it's extremely cold in here because my fan's on. So welcome to day one of making my mermaid tail. So I had some complications. Today, early in the morning, I went out and bought my silicone. I'll put a bunch of links down in the description of the videos I'm looking off of and all the materials I use. But I went and bought silicone and fabric and paint. But I drew out the pattern, and I'm using my fin fun monofin for the monofin in this tail. And I went and drew out the pattern and pinned it and cut it out. Before finishing cutting it out, it was raining outside, and my dog came in and kind of walked all over it because I had it on the floor because that was the biggest place I could do it. My room is actually too small since I have to share a room to do it, so yeah, there's a couple muddy paw prints on my tail now, but I can wash it once it's sewn. And then we were about to sew it. My mom was showing me how to use a sewing machine because I've actually never had to use a sewing machine before. And it's a really old sewing machine. My mom's had it since she was 15, which is my age, and my mom is 40 now. And the needle broke, and she doesn't have another needle for a sewing machine. So we're looking around to see if we could try and find a sewing machine. If worse comes to worse, I'll have to go over to my grandparents', which lives a couple towns away. But so really all I can do today was cut the fabric. So I just traced myself with a little bit of space and my monofin. And yeah, and cut it out after I pinned it. And now really the only thing I can do at the moment is make my fins. The silicone I am using it's backwards, but it's clear silicone. Sorry, there's a nail in the end, so it doesn't, yeah. But you can see how clear it is. It's actually pretty transparent, and I'm not sure if this is still really liquidy. Okay, yeah, it's still, the bit on the end is still liquidy. But, so, what I did was I thinly, except most of it is actually pretty thickly because it can't be too thin or else it will break when trying to take it off. But, so, I'll show you my fins. I have, because I'm going to be making two, sticking fabric in the middle so it can't just rip, and then sticking them together. So both ends are textured, both sides. So I only have one side of each fin done, so I will show you. Okay, so, sorry for my messy garage. We're in the middle of cleaning it, but I have a fan blowing right on my table. And now you can actually see the thing more clearly. It's Mulco. 9 bottles of this ran me at about exactly $50.70 Canadian at Walmart. I've used, the silicone is about up to here already, so I've used about half a bottle for these fins. I'm actually gonna unplug the mouse squeaker, which is right there. Okay, it's shut off now. So if I actually remove the stuff and kill that bug, there we go. So this is my dorsal fin. You can see the pattern, but this is my dorsal fin, this is my hip fin, or my side fin, and this is my heel fin. So I'm actually gonna sit on here and talk to you guys about it. But, okay, here's a good tip. If you have one of these, stick a old nail in the end when you're not using it. An old screw, preferably. It's easy to pull out somewhat, but... Okay, so I have my long dorsal fin, which is 2 pieces of paper long, so it's over 30 centimeters. This stuff is thicker, as you can see how thick it is. That's the ribbed part right there. That's how thick it is. Yeah, but that's these parts, which I'm actually going to kind of mold with my fingers right now if they don't pop, because the outside of them, they've been sitting for about an hour, so the outside of them is, if it'll focus, the outside of them is starting to dry. These parts are almost dry, especially the really thin parts. This one fin right here is completely messed up. Yeah, but so I also have my brush is full of silicone, which I might be able to somewhat take off, because yeah, but okay. So these are what my fins look like so far. This is my silicone brush. I just have a, if my freaking camera will focus, don't know why it's not focusing, but I have my silicone brush. As you can see, it's just a sponge brush. It brushes on pretty good. Honestly, I think if you want it to have the ribbed pattern, when I'm working on the fluke, I'm going to use an actual paintbrush. So, yeah. Okay, so it has now been 3 hours since I first poured this. It's recommended to wait about 4 hours, but I'm kind of concerned because by the way the silicone is being, like, hold on, if I just pull off a somewhat dry piece here that's not attached to any silicone. Okay, that didn't turn out as I wanted it to, but if I pull off a piece, sorry if you can't really see, but not sure if you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, here it is. Okay. Like, this is the kind of how I want it, but I'm not sure if, the thin parts will have to be done over again, or not. So that's kind of what I'm worried about. So I kind of do want to go over them again. Like, this one is really thick, so this one will be, perfectly fine. This one will be fine as well, because it is also pretty thick. But this one is pretty thin, so I think I'm probably gonna go over that again. And I'll show you what I'm sorry, I was covering it. But this one's perfectly fine. This is thick enough. This one here is thick enough, but this is really thin. As you can see, it just pulls up. I'll go over that quickly. Okay, so I really hope this will focus now. There we go. But so I actually just put a thicker layer of silicone on this, so it's quite thick now. But I actually like how transparent it is, because it's usually not this transparent. Well, at least with other people's. Oh, of course, gotta dip my finger in it 67 times. But anyway, so this one is nice, and if I can get out of the way. This one is nice and thick. That'll be able to peel right up tomorrow. Same with this one. Be able to peel right up. And then we can start making the second one tomorrow and have it dry while we're working on the actual mermaid tail. And then at the end, when these are done, we will be able to add the fabric in the middle. So yeah. That's it.